Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the DZMC Gaming Channel. And we're about to hop in on our, well, it looks like we got, well, this is the community match. Let's hop in on our game with Commander Slash. Now, I'm the one taking the time, so sorry about that, Commander Slash. But duty called, got to pay the bills. Now, I want to do a shout out to Dastardly DM and Shane. These guys have been commenting on my approach to the game and how I do my commentary. Dastardly DM, if I understood his post correctly, wants me to sort of explain a little bit more in depth about what my thought processes are. Oh, he's online. That doesn't mean anything. Um, and why I chose to do the move that I eventually end up making, and then why I chose not to make moves. So I'm going to try and do that on this episode. I think this is going to be episode 5. Leave the dog alone, boy. And for Shane, he wanted me to explain the Iceland move. I've done that in previous episodes, so maybe I'll touch on that a little briefly right now. And this is for him. That mainly Iceland. There's like 5 reasons why you do Iceland. Obviously, one is to prevent the hop off fighters. 2, it allows you to hit C Zone 3 from Berlin with fighters. 3, it forces them to actually spend a transport eventually somewhere down the line to take it back, taking away resources into Europe. Uh, the fourth reason why we take Iceland is it gives. Wait, now I'm forgetting why the hell we took Iceland. Can't think. I said I should have probably thought about this before I jumped right in. But oh, that's right. The transport's going to die anyway. If we put it in C Zone 3, it forces the Americans to kill it instead of doing what they want to do, which is sometimes going down here and whatever. Uh, and sometimes the Americans might forget to kill it, and if they do forget to kill it, that's a big bonus for us. That means that sometimes there's a sea line available, if that's the case. So I've actually played games where the Allies have forgotten to kill it, um, but it basically it means that the British can't kill it, or if they do kill it, they have to kill it here and land here. And what they really want to do is land in West Russia. Typically speaking, on a meta game, they typically want to land it in West Russia. And the fifth reason that we take Iceland is because this guy is not going to be noticed. His absence is not going to be noticed in Europe. One guy is not going to make or break the uh, the German onslaught into Russia or the defense of Berlin. It just isn't. So that's why. So hopefully that explains that. So now let's go take a look and see what happened here. And we're going to go back and take a look and see what the Americans did. They bought a submarine. Submarine. Okay, so that's in response to this. Looks like they took this back. 5 infantry, 2 transports, and an artillery. Let's see if he's got his logistics down here. He's got 2, which can take 4. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did this bomber end up here? Oh, this is round 3. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's actually interesting that it is here because I'm going to have to move this fleet. Um, okay, so 5 transports. 3. He's got 3, 5, 7 transports, and he's got 10, 11 guys to transport. So his logistics are off, which is kind of what we wanted to do, right? That was the whole point of hitting Pearl. It forces the Americans to get more, what's the word I'm looking for, more efficient with their logistics. So he'll have 2 coming back plus 3 going up, but he'll only have 7 guys, potentially 8, with the anti-aircraft to dump off. So logistics off. That being said, let's see what he did for combat. Conducting to France, destroyed 3 infantry and 1 aircraft artillery, and lost 2 infantry. Not bad. They fought back a little bit. Alaska, no units lost in battle. Russia purchased 5 infantry, 2 artilleries. Good. Continuing the artillery push. Archangel took it back. West Russia took it back. We fought back both times. There I go again, bitching about all these, and we don't get any fight backs, but my guys have been fighting back, so I can't complain. So what are we going to do? We lost our tank down here. Poor guy. Couldn't survive long enough for the Japs to get there. Sorry, Japs might not be the appropriate term these days. You know what I mean. It's not a slight against Japanese people at all. They've been our allies for more than 50 years, 70 years. But we have to consider some things now. So with the KGF, what we have to do is, as the Germans, is we have to continuously push Russia until the Japanese can push them heavily and push them off the Caucasus. Then we don't need the Germans to do it anymore. The Japanese can take over that role. So then we can leave the Germans to sort of dead zone Karelia, West Russia, Caucasus if necessary. And then we basically shore up the full defense of Berlin. We're not quite there yet. He's got 4 transports, but he's only got 4 guys he can transport. So what we're going to do is we're going to take back our property, Northwest Europe and France. We're actually going to back this guy off. And the reason we're going to back him off is because he didn't bring any guys down here with the British the last round, which was I was afraid that he actually was going to do that. Now, he can be picked off with just a fighter if he's here from the Americans. But he can't be picked off with land units from the Americans. He can with the British, but that'll force the British down here, which is fine. We're okay. There's not too many players in this game that I've seen that know how to do a med shuck efficiently. There's guys like Quentin and, of course, Yan and some of the top players in the world know how to do it efficiently. I'm not even really that great at it, but I'm getting better at it. You'll see next season when I do all allies. I'll do an all allies series. So now we have to think about turn order because it's important about round 3, round 4 is where you really start thinking about how can you defend, how can you help out Germany, but when there's no threat in the Pacific. So you want to be thinking about how to help out Germany with your fighters, but yet keep them within range of helping out the Japanese at the same time. Typically speaking, that's having fighters in Karelia or Ukraine or West Russia. But if we stack West Russia here right now, can we support them with Japanese fighters? So this is my thinking. We can put 4, 9, 10, 11, plus 8 is 19, 20 units here. He can attack with 11, 16, 25, 26, 27. So we can put 20 German units here plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is we cannot do that right now. So we're not going to do that. I think what we're going to continue to do is we're going to continue to take Archangel, we're going to take West Russia here, we're going to take Northwest Europe, and we're going to take France, and really just actually, we're just going to take a 1 infantry, maybe 1 fighter attack on Archangel. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. As long as we open it up. That's the whole purpose of that move. Just to open it up, make him respond to it. Take a drink of my beer here. So if we kill West Russia, can we hold Ukraine? So we got 16, 17, 18. They can hit this. We can put 3, 4, 10, 11, plus 8 is 19, plus all of our planes, plus we have Japanese fighters. Problem with that is that might expose Might expose Karelia to a counterattack. And he can easily hold Caucasus there with no real reinforcements. So the play is not to hit Ukraine yet. Because there's no point, because we're going to need 2 guys here, 3 guys here. So that's going to be, I've left with 6. Well, we could push 6 guys forward. See, it's the job of the Germans to trade down Russian units. Um, Ideally, the Allies want to be trading British units and Russian units with German units, and have the Americans come in and, typically put a complex on Norway. We can't allow them to put a complex in France. We absolutely must not allow that. We don't care if the British do. We just don't want the Americans to do that, um, for obvious reasons. So I think what we'll do is we'll take West Russia, Archangel, Northwest Europe, and France. So we're going to need more infantry, a lot more infantry, and maybe some artillery this time around. You know what? 36. We can buy a plane. No, let's not. Let's not overthink it. 14 and 1. This is a full KGF after all, and that's why we're buying mostly infantry. Again, the job of the Germans is not to take Moscow. It's not going to happen. The job of Germans right now is to threaten to take Moscow, to trade with the Russians, and to allow for the Japanese to get there, so that the Japanese are knocking on the door. That'll force the British to eventually leave India. We're going to try and threaten Africa, so we're going to force the Americans and the Allies of the UK to come down here and fight for it. We've already set up the Shuck, so we're already there. So it's just a matter. These guys come back, these guys go forward, these guys come down, and so it's going to be like one of those kind of things. So we're only really going to be utilizing 3 transports to do that, hopefully and ideally. That means that Japan's going to have to buy 2 transports this turn, but we're okay with doing that. So now we're going to do some combat. So we're going to send 2 guys here because we want it. We're going to send 3 guys here. Actually, 2 guys there, 1 guy there. We're going to send this guy here. And I really want it, so we're going to send 2 guys here. We're going to send 2 planes here. 1, 2, 3. Send 2 here, 1 here. I think that's enough. I hope it's enough. I think it should be enough. So we're going to go with that. Um, Again, the whole process here, and this is for Dastardly DM, is we're not trying to take Moscow. We're trying to trade, and we're trying to shore up Berlin for the eventual onslaught of France and or the Scandinavian Shuck, or what they call the Finland Shuck. I'm surprised he hasn't attempted that yet. And as long as he allows me to keep these provinces here, I'm okay with that. And we're going to try and preserve this guy, because if the Japanese can get in there with a significant land force, we may be able to open this up for then having the German guy come down here and maybe snap up some territory by himself. That's the thinking there. So let's go. Make sure we're not underutilizing anything. I think we're good. Okay. And we're doing Northwest Europe first. And here we go. So far, so good. And probably France next, you know. Let's get a hit on our infantry, guys. Come on, boys. No. Could definitely go better. Oh, so far, not too bad. Infantry suck. Well, no hits on the infantry. Or okay. Yeah, I think I've been reading on Discord that the dice are crazy today, so I don't know. Maybe this is we're experiencing some of that. Oh, that's no, that should not happen. Or that. Listen, pause. Listen, you idiots. Let's go. Earn your purple hearts. No, 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 no. Oh, thank God. Oh, man. That is crazy. I'm gonna put these guys back here. They're fine there. Okay, so we're gonna send one guy here. 5 guys here. And we're gonna send and the reason we're doing that, sending most of our guys there, is because um, they're not going to be able to stack this. I mean, 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus we've got all of our planes that can hit. So we'll have 2 here, 10 here. It's 12, 13. Plus 5 is 18 that can hit 8. So we're good for one more turn about sending everything this way. I think we're going to have to start thinking about slowing that down. Also, I have to start thinking about buying some artillery, I think. But we did our job. Um, I'm actually going to leave that infantry that we sent up there. I'm going to leave it here. And you know, that artillery piece really isn't needed there. We're going to keep the artillery piece as well. We'll send the infantry instead. So we'll have 8 infantry plus tanks plus planes that can hit anything he wants to put in Ukraine. We just got to make sure that we can dead zone Ukraine, West Russia. Um, these are the 2 provinces we need to dead zone. We've got to make sure they've got adequate forces to do that, and then we can get the Japanese to go there. Again, we're going to move this guy back. We don't want him getting a free kill. He has no planes to hit Japan, so he's going to have to move everything forward, but he could still take an artillery and an infantry to kill this guy. So, actually, maybe we kind of want that. No, we want to preserve the German, because, like I said, if we can get him to get Egypt on his own, that'd be perfect. So that's my thinking. I hope I've understood your question properly, and that's kind of explaining exactly why we're doing what we're doing. Again, we're not trying to take Moscow. We're just trying to threaten that we're going to take Moscow. Keep his attention here so that the Japanese can sort of sneak up on him. Not really sneak up, but you get the idea. So we're going to call that a turn. We're going to place our artillery here, 2 infantry here, and 3 here. And go with it. That is a boatload of infantry for the Germans on the board right now. Let's see, 149 to 166. So we're maintaining our lead and we're growing our attack power lead for the Germans. If we can keep this close to the Russians and the British, that's fine as long as the Japanese are matching the Americans. I think statistically that is okay to do. Now, let's think ahead. Let's jump ahead. What can the British do? Well, the British can land these guys here or here. My guess is probably here. Can't really attack this. He can threaten it. So we're good there. They can attack Burma, although no fighters, so he'll have to bring minimum of 3 infantry to do that. I don't think he wants to do that. He sort of put up a paltry defense of India. I'm making it appear as though I'm thinking about India, but I'm really not. Now, I couldn't. I have given myself some options here so that I can uh, go back this way with this transport, come down here with this transport to replace this transport. This transport's going to come back. This transport's going to come down. This transport's going to come up and offload some guys. So we're not going to need to build guys on the island right now. So that's going to give us some flexibility when it comes to buying other things. I want to get into Australia as soon as possible. I could do that this turn. It depends really on what the UK does. If they want to stand in Egypt or not. If they're going to stick there, uh, then we can afford to do this. We can take Western Australia, or at least attempt to take it. That's why we positioned the bomber and everything else there, so we can do that. Um, and if that's the case, then we can use all 3 of these transports to offload units, and we'll just come back here with this guy and then go back next turn. So by going in Sea Zone 36 as the Japanese, you're threatening India, but you're also threatening Africa, and you're also threatening Australia. There's lots of things that are causing the Allies a lot of headaches right now. He doesn't know what to do. And then all the while, you're still continuing to push guys into China or through China. So that is the strategy. That's the thinking, is to get the Japanese there as fast as possible, but in force, all the while maintaining our original territories as best we can, as the Germans, and preserving our guy in Africa, North Africa here, as long as we can. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. He might move 1 or 2 guys this way, or he might just leave these 2 guys here and then push him this way. Eventually, they're going to pincer him and he's going to die. And there's nothing the Germans can really do as far as investment concern or investment purposes to stop that. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, no. Can't just build a single transport. I have to build something to support it, and it's not in the cards. It's not in the money. We don't have the money to do it. Let's pause it here and see if he comes online. Remember last episode? You haven't seen it yet. I actually just posted it. I said we'd wait for him. Then we did wait like an hour or 2, and then I said, screw it. We'll just make an episode out of it. And literally right after that, I went out and spoke to him, came back in, and he actually took his turn. So that's what this turn is. So that's fun. Oh no, that's what the last turn was. So, but yeah, I'd love to hear your comments. Dastardly DM, if this is kind of what you were talking about, if I misunderstood what you were asking for, please let me know and I'll try to adjust. I did a lot of this when I first started doing it, but sort of went away from it, got lazy. I just think that sometimes it's being a little redundant and maybe even a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, patronizing. when you sort of explain things to your subscribers that have been following you, everything you're doing on every turn. A lot of it's the whole point of these videos is to teach, maybe less experienced players, um, sort of some make some of the turns automatic. By when you play enough and when you see the game enough, you don't have to think too much about certain things. You just know by by looking in the periphery what you need to do by instinct, and that's kind of what I want to get you guys or the people that are watching me and trying to learn from me. I want to get you to that point where you do things sometimes instinctually, or well, oftentimes most of the time instinctually, where there's not a lot of thought has to be put into it. And when there is a lot of thought, hopefully we slow it down and we explain why we need to do things. And that's generally the purpose of that. So this is a full KGF. His logistics are off. For Commander Slash, that's actually kind of surprising, but we kind of forced that issue. So again, manipulating the eyes, that's kind of the job of the Axis. Well, it's the job of all the powers, but in particular, the Axis when it comes to dealing with the allies. So we'll pause it here, and we'll come back to it. I won't unpause it this time, or I won't. Well, hopefully I won't. But if I do, and he doesn't come back and play, then we'll just call it a turn, and we'll come back and take Japan's round 3 turn. So if that happens, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments. I really like to read the comments. So that I don't ignore them, and I appreciate everybody that takes the time to actually come out and watch these games. Thanks. Okay, I think we're back. I think Commander Slash took his turn. So we're going to go in there and take a look and see what he did. Okay, yeah, so I brought these guys here. I see. So he's going to move forward. That's an interesting turn, actually, because I can run away from him and... Hmm. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is actually attacking this. Actually, he's got 13 here. 14, 15. I can attack with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. God. Oh. Excuse me. I swore I was not going to attack India. I got to run the numbers on that, though. Ah, man. So hang on. I'm going to pause the game. I'm actually going to I'm going to run the numbers. I haven't used the calculator in a long time, but I'm going to run it on this one. So stay with me, folks. I'm sorry. All right, I'm actually back, but you know what? I actually didn't run the calculator. I actually took my dog out, and while I was out there smoking a cigarette, I was thinking to myself, you know what? If I need to use the calculator, it means India's going to be a hard take. So screw it. Why screw my momentum right now? I've got tons of momentum with Japan. India will be ours. How's that for you, Dastardly DM? Giving you some thought processes. Processes. I can't even speak. So I'm not going to take India. I'm not going to run the numbers. I think it's not worth it. It will be mine. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to abandon. I'm not even going to attack. I'm actually just going to land all my guys here. Remember, we're trying to preserve the German unit. So we're going to land 4 guys in Egypt and move this guy down. And then we're going to bring our fleet across. And then we could do things. So that means we're going to need to buy another transport, which is fine. Um, I want to start getting Australia soon, though. I might even go. This guy's needed here. This guy's needed. This guy's needed. Heck, you know what? I actually might buy 2 transports here. Because we're only going to be able to pull 2, 4, 6. So there'll be 2 there. These guys are going to be used here. I was thinking about an East Indies complex, but no. Because I think India, he's going to abandon India at some point. It's going to be ours. If I build 2 transports, there'll be 3 here if I send this guy this way. Actually, send him this way. Probably down here, actually. So I'm building 2. There'll be 2. We're only going to be able to take 4. So there'll be 4 there. So we can build 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fighter. Oh wait, we gotta build some guys for here. So 1, 2, 3. Do that instead. I've been stupid if I would have forgotten this guy. Now what are we gonna do as far as takes? Not doing anything here. We're just gonna put this guy here. And we'll take Kazakh. And we'll land in Egypt. If I had a destroyer, I'd land in South Africa and in Egypt, but we don't. Not yet. Okay. So that's the plan, folks. Okay, so we're gonna take Kazakh with 2 infantry. Bomber. I didn't even see. Actually, I didn't even look at what he did. What did he do? 11 infantry. So they're going Finland Shuck. That's fine. That's perfect. That plays right into my hands. I'm okay with that. See? Yeah? Was it Shane that I was asking why he do the Iceland thing? Because he wanted to put more guys here, but he had to take Iceland. That's why, man. Just letting you know. 3, 1, 3, 2. Yeah, okay. It's bomber and 2 infantry should be able to take that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy too. Good measure. Take this guy along with this guy. Do that. Could even take these 2 guys as well if I wanted to. Just might as well. And that unfortunately is going to be it for attacks. Could attack this with a cruiser and a infantry. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. But then I'm getting cute now. I want to do that. Don't want to take away any momentum that we have, and we have some momentum right now, so. Germany's okay, but it's going to be not okay soon, so. So I think that's the right move. Move the Germans down. Let the Japanese and the British fight it out here and let the Germans come in and underneath them and claim some stuff. That'd be helpful. I'm going to take this out too with the Germans. He's going up here with these guys, though. He's going to take Norway. Which would be the right plan, I think. That's the correct move for the Allies, if I'm saying. You know, I almost feel like I might not even need that bomber there. Instead, I'd probably take this guy, hit this. With that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. 5, 6, whatever. Could make sure of it. Put another guy up there. Of course, the logic is that he has to answer that, right? So I'd like to be able to take this guy out too. I can technically. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. There was a fighter here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't. So the fighters can't help. So it has to go this way. Okay. That's it, I think. I don't think I'm missing anything. Everything else can be non-com. So let's do that. We got it. Good thing I brought him. Actually. So I like little three stacks. I forget the name of the player that kind of taught me that, so I apologize. But three stacks are way better than two stacks, and for some reason they seem to do well. So I like that. Plus, it gives me some options here too. He has to answer this. He can't just ignore that. He can't ignore this. The only thing I don't like about this is that I have to go back to get stuff, which actually, now that I think about it, let's take him. Wait. Oh no, he's good. Wait a minute, where am I? He went down here. Here we go. What? Okay, their transport system really sucks. Okay, so take one guy here. Boom. This guy, I'm going to take two. Go down here instead, because we're going to build three here. So instead of having him here, which would be nice to push him through, but I want him down here. It gives me more flexibility and to see what they do. Is he safe? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he's not. So we leave a carrier and a battleship behind. Or just a battleship. Okay, I think that's good. Obviously, we're putting pressure here now. We're trying to force them a little bit to the north, because that's where their pressure is coming from. So we want to concentrate the access pressure as much as we can to the north as well. Or the competing thought process on that is to zigzag warfare, which is I'm a big proponent of, which is if he's going strong there, then you want to go strong here, which is what we're kind of doing. They're going that way, we're going this way. I don't think I missed anything. I think this is the right move. It gives the Germans a fighting chance. And I think having one guy down here to answer whatever he does here is also a good move. So, that's why we're doing that. That's the logic of that, dastardly. And of course here we're just going to trade this as much as we can. Get as many guys into China as we can. And we'll go from there. So let's end that turn. 2 transports here. The tank is going to go here, along with an artillery. Actually, both artilleries. And then 3 infantry here. Gives us 7, 8 total. 3 transports. What am I missing? Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. He's still online, so let's see, maybe he'll take his turn. That'd be great. C-Zone 34 is such a great spot for the Japanese. I mean, you can put guys directly in Berlin, fighters, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use them anywhere up here. It's such a great spot. Once Japan secures this, India is meaningless. reach. Now we're gonna get Australia soon. We're gonna take the easy stuff first, then we'll get the last bit. Oh, I left my cruiser up there. Oh, god damn it! You gotta be kidding me. Could have sworn I moved him. I did move him. Oh, when I canceled that order, I canceled this too. That was a mistake. It's fine though. I mean, it's 2 against 3. Closing in on Russia. Come on, Slash, take a turn. Let's make this a longer episode. And this Finland Shuck is very answerable for the Germans. Actually, it's ideal for us. Because we've almost reached equilibrium already, especially against with the British. So once we reach equilibrium, we can actually pull some of these tanks out and actually leave them in Poland. This way, they'll be the most flexible. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna start thinking about maybe not sending so many guys this way this turn, actually shoring up Berlin and stack France if we can. Excuse me. Oh gosh. And if he devotes all of his fleet this way, like this, then there might be an opportunity because of a lack of fighters down here. We actually might be able to get away with a destroyer transport build for one turn. It might be worth the sacrifice. We'll see. We'll do the math on it and see if it makes sense. But there's always that opportunity, or just a single transport if it's safe. But these fighters would not have to be there. So there might be an opportunity just to get a quick 2 guys into Africa. That'd be nice. And by the way, if you're playing as Axis and that presents itself, don't, even if it's a KGF, don't be afraid to spend 7 IPC on a transport and putting some guys in Italy. If you can get guys, especially in a contested Africa, if you can get guys into Africa as the Germans, always take that opportunity. 7 IPC is nothing to do that. The payoff is better. Usually. I mean, you have to play it by ear. Obviously, if you have overwhelming forces and you're just dumping 3 guys in there, it doesn't make any sense. But if you've got help, like this, it's 7 IPC investment from Germany is actually not a bad idea. But again, there has to be no fighters, any fighters within range. So that's that. And let's take we'll pause it. Looks like he's online. I'm trying to make this a longer episode. So we'll pause it here, folks. I'll be right back. So let's jump in on Commander Slash. He's actually taking his turn in the process of it. Cruiser's died. Damn it. I knew it. We lost his sub, though. That's good. What did he buy? So he bought a sub to replace his sub. So they're doing what I thought they were going to do. It's a little Finland Shuck. It's okay with me. Curious to see what he does with Russia. He lost an infantry there, didn't he? He had 2, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, he's a fast. Kind of surprised, actually, a little bit. He's moving kind of fast. I think he had other opportunities here he could have taken advantage of. Hmm. So it worked. He has to answer. Okay, that's good. Now here, got to maintain equilibrium between the British and the Americans. The British can always bring 8. Plus 2 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. So as long as we have 11 to 12 guys here, we're good. So this is strange. I would have taken. He did move his planes. Look at that. But he's got a battleship here. Now, if this battleship was not here, I would have built a destroyer, or not a destroyer, a transport, a single solitary transport right here. But I couldn't. I can't. So I'm definitely not building an aircraft carrier. That's not happening. So we have to help out the Japanese a little bit. I don't know. I think I'll just trade West Russia with you. I'm I'm comfortable doing that. I mean, even let you have Finland. I don't even care. This is fine too. This is happy. I'm happy, joy, joy right now. He didn't move any more guys down here. Interesting. So we take West Russia. So we lost 3 though, right? We lost 3, 4 that turn down to 37, 39, 40. Hmm. Maybe we do take Archangel. Take a stab at it anyway. And then I think we're going to defend France with all these infantry. We're going to stack them in France. Make it hard for the British to take it, and or the Americans. But I got to be careful because he can bring 8 plus 4. It's 12 now. It's 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Hmm. 18, huh? Okay. So we're gonna build mostly infantry. Hmm. No, don't need them. I'll take a tank though. Maybe even 2 of them. Infantry, artillery here. 8 infantry, 2 tanks here. Yep. Combat. Take 1 guy. And 1 guy from here. We need it, so we have to take 2 guys. Two? No. 1. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do that too. All right. Okay. I need to speak louder. I'm deep into thought here. But I'm okay with that. All right, let's go. Let's do a quick strike. See if I can. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh no. No. Damn you. Commander Slash. Oh, now my infantry don't hit. Uh oh. Okay, it's one of those stupid ones. And a hit. Oh, okay. That's usually how that goes, though. Like you get a hit. Okay, this guy's gonna go back here. These 2 guys are gonna go here. And here. Oh, 1 guy here. And we can bring. Oh, 3 tanks here. And these guys here. These guys here. Now, question is, how many guys can we move forward? I think we can afford 2. 3. And 1. Hmm. Okay, that seems fine. Um, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're really good, actually. We're really safe. Oh, let's move him. There's the whole point of all this. I don't want to forget you. This nice little stack of 3 here. He has to hit that with like something. I like stacks of 3. I think explain that. It sucks, man. I haven't hit Archangel once this game with the 1 infantry thing. Always worked for some players. It never works for me. Well, I should say never. It does, but not as often as I'd like. Love to hear your comments, though. He kind of fell right into it. That's exactly what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to go this way. This leaves. He's making a token attempt with Africa, I guess. That's fine. I want him to fight for Africa. That's the whole point. It's less he can do up here. Okay, we'll call that a turn. Wait, let's go make sure we got 1 guy here. Yes, okay. All right, we do. tanks in the rear. One artillery in the rear. Good. All right. I think we still have the lead. Yep. Germany over 100 now. That's nice. We're winning the game, but we haven't won the game. Really curious to see what he does here. I mean, he can choose, what he could choose to do is consolidate and defend what he has, which is probably what I would do, and maybe hope the Americans can get there and help out. But Japan's going to come help out too. So we've already set that in motion. So we'll see what happens. We'll take a pause here, though. I'll take a smoke break and see if he comes back to play. That'd be really cool if he did. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. Leave your comments in the comment section if you are. It's a very slow-moving game, but very deliberate. I kind of like these I prefer these kinds of games. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're jumping back in, and it looks like he's taking his turn. We didn't watch it. I was outside smoking a cigarette, but I heard the clicking. That's what he did. 1 fighter, 6 infantry. What did he mobilize? He didn't take Burma. He's going to next turn now. You watch. He didn't do any combat. He's consolidating. Okay. Makes sense. I predicted he would do that. So Germany's going to be able to take territory with the help of the Japanese. Are they, though? No, they're not actually. Maybe up here a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. But that did its job. Submarine to sea. What? Oh, so he's back up here with the sub. Okay. So that makes this in play too. He's got no fighter support. 1, 2, 3. No fighter can't help in South Africa. Okay. Okay. All right. So he's a very cautious player, I see. Cautious and deliberate at the same time. So 4 and 3. 7 against 7, 8. Plus he's got battleship and fighters that can hit that. Okay. So we'll have to be careful about that. My guess is he's going to keep going this way. I would. You've committed now. You might as well just do it. In the meantime, Archangel's there for us. So is Vologda if we attempt it, but we'll take the free one. Take Kazakh and Novosibirsk. And we will take Eastern Australia with this guy. And I think we'll take 2 guys down and take Madagascar, and we'll reinforce um, Egypt with these guys. Actually, what we could do is take this transport and come down to Sea Zone 30 and leave open the option of taking Western Australia with 4 infantry or taking Madagascar the next turn or South Africa. So, really make them work for it. That might be a plan too. So forgo that because they're not in any danger, and let's make the best use of our moves. Trying to be as explanatory as possible with my decision making here. The sub's not doing anything at the moment. We'll take the free one, and this one, Persia, and we'll put ourselves in position. Well, in Eastern Australia, we'll put our position for Western Australia or Madagascar, or maybe a combination of the two. We'll keep this battleship along with this transport to hit. So, and then continue to move everything west. So, in that case, we have 7. We can only bring 6 anti-aircraft, so we're actually going to bring the anti-aircraft this turn. So we're only going to take 5. That'll leave 2. This transport's going to be busy, so we're going to need to build another transport. And then we have 2, so we're going to build 2 more. It's 8. And then we got hmm. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's better. So 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then 3 tanks for Manchuria. Of course, the goal is to keep the pressure on, take away Russian income, make him fight for it. He seems to be a very cautious player. He doesn't seem like he has any interest whatsoever in pushing the issue. He's quite comfortable trading West Russia and or Ukraine, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Probably West Russia, of course. And then Archangel. So we're going to try and take advantage of that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to take 1 guy. Actually, we're going to take 2 guys and dip into here. We're going to take this guy and this guy. Dip into there. This will be a non-combat move. We're going to take this guy and go here. Two guys are there. 2 guys here. That's it. Question is, do I support here or do I go down here? I think down here. And I'll send one guy here. But if that's the case, I'm going to need to keep this battleship here, which is fine. I can still use them in the battle here if we need to. So well, the rule of three is right. Triangulate. So 1, 2. At some point, I'm going to want to put Japanese fighters in Berlin. It'll give me a little bit more flexibility as to what I can do. But so far, I'm liking this situation. I'm completely comfortable with him doing small trades. So I'm sure I'm not missing anything here. I think we're good. These guys are coming. So I think we can still put him here because we're going to have another guy here anyway. So yeah, we're okay. We can reinforce and do all kinds of things by doing that. It's costing us transports, but it's fine because they're paying for themselves. So, and we're still pushing. So we can afford to do that. All right, let's go. Oh wait, did I put the? Oh, wait a second. Okay. Whew. Thought I didn't do that. I thought I forgot the fighters. They were hitting earlier in the game. Not now. Okay, so paltry 6 IPC. I'll take this guy here. Pick up these two guys. Sit right there. Now he could pull his sub back, and which is fine. We can just bring our destroyer down. So we're good. These two guys are going to move up. These guys are going to move back for now. These guys are going to go back here. We want this guy and one of these guys. Keep the battleship here. And then these two guys here. Hey, bud. He doesn't have tanks here. I'm going to put that tank here, actually. They can help out in Karelia if needed, or possibly. I can send one of these transports back as well. Actually, I can send them both back. I don't want to send them both back. I just want to send one back. Or do I want to send them both back? Well, let's think about this for a second. If I send them both back, Yeah, I think I do want them both back. In this case, send one of these transports. Oh, one of these transports. No, you idiot. What is going on? There. So now, these two transports have 4 guys to play with. These two transports will come back and be able to dump guys off on the island. That's fine. Or from the island. That's a better... Logistically, that is the better play. Otherwise, they're not really doing anything other than threatening South Africa, which they can't yet because there's not enough guys there. So why not get them there so they can get guys there? That's the logic behind that. Oh, he's spectating. So we'll call that a turn, actually. Didn't miss anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4 guys can dump guys off. Okay, good. And then these 2 guys can do whatever they got to do, and this guy can do whatever he's got to do. He can do whatever he's got to do. He's taking his turn. Okay. Be good. He's not playing as fast now. We'll give him a chance to take his turn. We'll take a pause here and give Commander Slash a chance to take his turn. We'll be right back. All right, folks. So I'm back, and he's been stuck here on taking his turn for the last 2.5 hours. So I don't know if he went to bed or what, but I haven't tried going offline and just sitting online, not spectating, and see if maybe that might have been it. But I don't think it is. He might have fallen asleep, which is understandable. So I think I'm going to call it a turn here and not wait all night long just to see if he takes his turn. And this has been a pretty good episode. I think we got in 2 rounds here, actually, or the better part of it. So we'll call this an episode. Hit the like button, please. I hope I've tried to um, do the best I can in explaining my moves and why I didn't do moves and why I am thinking about things and like what the thought processes are, like future. Like in this game, you always want to look ahead, right? So I hope that I explain that enough for some of my subscribers. If not, leave a comment. Let me know how it can be better. Again, I gotta sort of reach a wide variety of people here, so some prefer it that way, some don't. I don't know. Um, Let me know how I'm doing. I'm not. I have no ego to bruise. Please feel free to comment and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the content, we'll keep trying to deliver more and more of it. And we'll call it a turn from there, and we'll post it right now. Thanks, guys.